Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be exploring the topic of could we be seeing Tesla stock have a surge sometime this week prior to Battery Day, or if we could just see maybe like a slow buildup in the share price as it gets closer and closer to Tuesday of next week, which is September 22nd, aka Battery Day. So, as always, of course, if you all do enjoy the Tesla videos, please make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out. But just getting into this topic for today and addressing the current value of the share price, as you can see, in the after hours, Tesla is up pretty significantly so far at plus 2.22%. The market is moving right now, but like I said, this is the after hours for Robinhood. So this is prior to the market opening at 9:30 a.m. However, it is 6:02 a.m. right now currently for me. So we are seeing some movement happening with Tesla stock. But just keep in mind, of course, with these after hours movements with Tesla, that it really doesn't predict exactly what the normal market hours will look like for the upcoming day. So just keep that in mind. There's been like that time on a Tuesday, the day after the split, where the after hours was up like 6% in that morning. And then it ended up going down significantly in the normal market hours because we had a news release. So many things can change in just a matter of a few hours. However, regardless, it is still interesting to look at this and just speculate based on what we're seeing so far. But I just want to explore the topic of could we be seeing an uphill climb in the share value for Tesla over this next couple of days. We have 7 market days, 7 weekdays until Battery Day. That includes Battery Day. So we have this week and then Monday and then Tuesday of next week. And on Tuesday is Battery Day. So definitely a lot of excitement floating around right now. Elon Musk has even stated in some tweets that there are many exciting things going to be unveiled on Battery Day. And so at this point, given the fact that this is really just the major Tesla event for the year, I feel like they've been building up a lot of major announcements and pieces of information that they might have actually been holding off on just because of the fact that they know that Battery Day is going to be huge in itself and kind of saving that information for this date considering the fact that it has been delayed for such a long time. So in comparison to what we might have previously gotten with Battery Day when it was announced like back in April, I think we've gotten a lot of pieces of information build up over time that have just been like added to this event in terms of like the things they'll announce. So this does get me a little bit more excited in the sense that I think Battery Day in September and this time around, with it being delayed, I think it's going to be a lot bigger than what Battery Day in April would have been because, of course, we've had a few months of progress as well. There may even be new improvement announcements on the batteries. But I'm excited for many topics, whether it's Tesla announcing them producing their own battery cells, whether it's the Plaid Model S or Plaid Model X, whether it's an announcement of a new Gigafactory location, or if it's just some discussion on adding more vertical integration and scaling the battery aspect of their business right now as well, which is something that we have been hinted at recently with some new production lines being added to the Gigafactory in Nevada. Then we also have the rumor about Tesla getting supplied nickel from a company in Canada known as Giga Metals. So there's a lot of rumors floating around right now, and I kind of hope that there's going to be some things announced that we haven't even thought of yet. Something that a lot of Tesla investors and fans and content creators haven't even thought of. I want to see them blow our minds. But with that being said, I don't want to get my expectations too high for Battery Day, even though in the past when there has been Tesla events like the Cybertruck unveiling or Tesla Autonomy Day, or even when the semi-truck was revealed, they've all been really big events that gets people excited about the future. And so, like I've referenced in previous videos, there have been times like on Autonomy Day and the Cybertruck unveiling where the stock price actually didn't go up significantly in value. So this is a possibility this time around, but I also think it's important to consider that a lot more people are paying attention to Tesla now, given the fact that they've been able to prove the naysayers wrong by just dominating recent quarter expectations. They're scaling the business tremendously right now with the Shanghai Gigafactory producing Model 3s at an even higher rate, in which the month-over-month production numbers for the Model 3s increased by 7% from July to August. So the Shanghai Gigafactory is dominating. They're also early on the construction of phase 2, in which they could possibly begin producing Model Ys as early as November compared to their timeline, which was early Q1 of 2021. So we've already seen a lot of progress with the Gigafactories in production. Then the Fremont factory now has 2 gigapresses. For one thing, it was a big deal in itself for them to just have that one gigapress, but now they have 2 of them, and I think they're working on the second one. And then we also have 8 gigapresses being in the Berlin Gigafactory. That's construction as planned, and then we're also just seeing a lot of progress with the Berlin Gigafactory. And Austin, Texas still has a long way to go, but they're still grinding every single day with that. So a lot of things are coming together for Tesla, and that has led a lot of investors and people simply just interested in the company to start to pay a little bit more attention. So even though in the past there has been some times where we haven't seen a significant increase in the stock price after a major event, that doesn't mean the same thing will apply this time around. I honestly don't really know what to expect, but I do think it's important to realize the point that a lot more people are paying attention this time around, and some people that may even be pretending to be Tesla bears are probably paying attention as well. Some people that you might not even think would care about Tesla are likely paying attention to what happens with Battery Day, because at some point, as Tesla continues to beat expectations and continually be misunderstood, there's going to have to be that time where analysts finally learn that they've been judging this company wrong, and that a lot of these investors didn't understand the value in what Tesla has been doing for quite some time now and what they will do in the future. So I think we will see an eventual turnaround in just the general perspective on Tesla and how the general investors feel about it, because we know at this point, if you're not already a hardcore Tesla bull, then it's pretty common to see just the general investing audience kind of laugh at Tesla. You know, of course, laugh at the crazy PE values and how it has such a huge market cap given that it only sells like this amount of vehicles per year. Those are kind of the common talking points. But I eventually think as Tesla continues to prove everyone wrong, that there will be this turnaround in just the view on Tesla and how people actually value this company. So it may take some time, it could be years and years into the future, but I think us Tesla bulls will eventually be proven correct on this company, and that we were simply just early to the train on this. We got on the boat in time and things like that. And of course, anything that I say or have said in this video is not to be considered financial advice. This is simply just me sharing my thoughts and opinions and perspectives. So like I said, I honestly have no idea what could happen with Tesla stock this week. A lot of that simply does depend on what the general stock market is doing. So if VOO is up and NASDAQ is up and a lot of the tech stocks are up this week, then I think Tesla is likely to have a much better week than if otherwise. Like if we had a situation where the stock market continues to go into a downturn, just the general stock market and the tech stocks don't perform very well, then that would be a situation where Tesla would have a much harder time trying to stay into the green, even with Battery Day coming up on September 22nd. So that's going to have a big effect on Tesla's moves this week, in my opinion, because the general stock market trend does need to look at least pretty positive for the future over these upcoming days. Because if we see more days where VOO and NASDAQ are down like 2 to 3% multiple days in a row, and it just seems like a general downturn is happening, then there is that possibility of some people selling off their Tesla stock. And then as we know, just with pretty much every single stock in the stock market, sometimes they will kind of mirror the general trend of what the general stock market is doing. So like you can look at VOO and compare what everything else did on Friday to its chart. So like for example, VOO and NASDAQ, they're still pretty similar in some aspects, and then if you compare VOO to Apple, we see a little bit of a similar trend. So there is kind of like that mirror effect with stocks and just the general stock market and the major ETFs. So a lot of this week does depend on how the general stock market is performing, but I also think there's just a lot of hype about Battery Day upcoming as well. So only time will tell. I think the possibilities can go either way, but I feel like there is a lot of hype happening with Battery Day, especially as Elon Musk is hyping it up on Twitter, and it seems like there's going to be multiple notable announcements and possibly even like a Plaid Model S reveal where we actually may get to see it on stage or something like that. But regardless of what happens with Tesla stock this week, I will most likely just be dollar cost averaging as usual. As I mentioned in my previous video, I recently sold a bunch of things, and so I'm trying to get that cash put into my bank account so I can transfer it to Robinhood and buy some shares. So for me, it's business as usual. I'm simply dollar cost averaging, but I still like to pay attention to the short-term movements just because, you know, it keeps that Tesla discussion going and it's just entertainment value in that sense. But honestly, I don't really worry about these short-term movements. The main reason that I talk about them is just because it gives us all a chance to talk about Tesla a little bit more and just keep that conversation going. But to be honest, this doesn't really matter too much for me since I'm a long-term investor. All I'm really focused on right now is just buying more Tesla stock when I can, dollar cost averaging, and whether it goes up or lower in the meantime, it doesn't make a big difference for me. I'm at least looking far on into the future, as in like 2030 and on. But I want to emphasize that I don't really have like a specific prediction for what will happen on Battery Day. Now, I do think there might be a little bit of a lead up with the share price slowly growing in value as we get a little bit closer to Battery Day, but I can't really predict what will happen on Battery Day or after Battery Day. I think eventually a little later on after Battery Day, there could be maybe a slight pullback or a sell-off, depending on if it does grow up until Battery Day, but it could take some time for that pullback to happen. That would be a pretty solid buying opportunity for those interested. However, that's not guaranteed. There could actually be some really game-changing news announced on Battery Day where the stock may never pull back to that price again. So there's always that possibility as well. But one thing that I think I can say about this week is that, at least in my opinion, we could see maybe a slight incline in the share value, in which it slowly goes up just a little bit over these next couple of days before Battery Day. Now, of course, that's not guaranteed, and I don't like making short-term predictions, so don't take this like super serious. I'm pretty much just predicting this for entertainment value. It doesn't make a difference for me either way. But if the stock market generally goes well this week, if the general stock market performs well this week, then I think it is pretty likely that we'll see maybe an incline where Tesla's share price grows a little bit. Probably not every single day this week, but we might see some days where Tesla just slowly grows its share price a little bit, maybe a little bit closer to 400. But anyways, I just wanted to share this video with you all and talk about some perspectives and just speculate a little bit. So please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and also feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get some free stocks, and especially with Webull right now, if you sign up with my link and deposit $100 into your account, you'll get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. And you can take that $100 that you deposited right back out right after you get your free stocks. So that's nice passive income. Just wanted to let you all know about that, but hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.